Fox News alert on this Monday morning. The House Intel chairman is defending his decision to raise concerns last week over Russia's plans to put nukes in space. Here's Mike Turner.
This is about Russia and the administration taking action. And that's what is important. We need to make certain that we avert what could be an international crisis. I was concerned that it appeared that the administration was sleepwalking into an international crisis. But it looks like now they're going to be able to take action.
Well, this as Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina calling to treat the Kremlin like terrorists in the wake of Alexei Navalny's mysterious death in prison. Our next guest says it's time to hold Putin accountable. Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley joins us from South Carolina right now. Governor, Ambassador Nikki, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, we were scratching our heads last week why Mike Turner would allude to, yeah, there's something big. We are not going to tell you what it is. But as it turns out, he wanted to declassify this Russian program to put nukes in space. Now, Mike Turner says apparently that snapped the White House out of it and they're better now.
You know, I applaud Chairman Turner. I think that not only did he need to say that, the American people deserve to know that. That's the problem, is tell the American people everything we know. These blinding satellites are no soft matter. This is the fact that, yes, the White House can come out and say, well, nothing's going to happen to Earth. But guess what's going to happen in space? This is their ability to blind us from seeing any missiles coming in. This is their ability to take out our infrastructure. There's so many things the Russians can do. So I applaud Chairman Turner. Keep it loud. Keep saying this, because it's not just Russia doing this. Look at the cyber attacks that China's doing. There's a lot happening around the world, and the American people deserve to know every bit of it.
Ambassador, you were the ambassador to the United Nations during the Trump administration. Are you and the former president on the same page when it comes to Russia?
Not at all. I mean, it's amazing to me how weak in the knees he is when it comes to Putin, because you look at the fact he has yet to say anything about Navalny's death, which Putin murdered him. It's what he does to his political opponents. He's yet to say anything about seizing Russian assets and allowing that money to go to Ukraine. Why would you not want to have those assets seized? It's sitting in Congress. He should be calling for that. He doesn't talk about anything. All he does is go on late night rants talking about his court cases. And Steve, that's the problem. We have Russia sitting there doing things. They're now surrounding the Baltics, which if they go and invade the Baltics, those are NATO countries. That puts America at war. We have to prevent war. We've got China doing these cyber attacks. We're seeing all of these things happen, and Trump's doing late night rants about his court cases. He's going to be in court for the rest of the year. We can't be distracted. But more of that, that's why I continue to say if Donald Trump is the nominee, he can't win. He won't win a general election. And the focus we need to have is how do we protect Americans? How do we prevent war? How do we get the border secure? How do we get our economy back on track? Not his personal grievances.
Sure. But I'll tell you what, you make that case, but at the same time, he's actually gone up in the ratings. He's gone up 12 points from September. I know that you and he are going to square off this Saturday there in South Carolina. He's way ahead. I did talk to a family friend, Rebecca, who went to one of your rallies yesterday. She voted for Trump twice. But it sounds like she likes the fact that you're a woman. You were a very successful governor down there, and you could serve 2 terms. I heard you say yesterday as well, Governor, that you think that the winner of 2024 will be a woman, either you or Kamala Harris, right?
It's just a fact. You know, we've had several hundred people at all of our rallies. South Carolina's fired up. We're excited. We're ready to have our voices heard. But more than that, yes, there will be a female president of the United States. It will either be me or it will be Kamala Harris. But look at any of the general election polls. Trump doesn't beat Biden. But more than that, all he does is bring chaos. Look, I voted for him twice. I was proud to serve America in his administration. But this is the fact. We can't have 2 80-year-old candidates being our only choice. 70% of Americans have said they don't want a Trump-Biden rematch. 59% of Americans have said Trump's too old and Biden's too old to be president. Let's put in someone that can spend 8 years, disciplined, no drama, no vendettas, no chaos, and let's get some real things done for our children, our grandchildren, and future generations. That should be our focus.
Right. Our focus is we're actually going to bring the program down to South Carolina on Friday before the big primary on Saturday. And, of course, We've got coverage on the channel starting at 7 o'clock Saturday night. The thing about the South Carolina primary, and you know this better than anybody, is because there's no formal party registration, you can vote in, if you're a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, you can vote in this particular primary, but you cannot have voted in the Democrat primary last week, right?
Yes, this is an open primary. 11 of the 16 Super Tuesday states are open primaries. Basically, it means anybody can vote in a primary as long as you didn't vote in the Democrat primary on February 3rd in South Carolina. Okay. What I tell everybody is we all know a lot of general election voters. In a general election, you're given a choice. In a primary, you make your choice. This is the opportunity we have to make our choice for a new generational conservative leader and to get our country back on track.
All right. Prediction?
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be competitive, and we can't wait to go to Michigan the day after.
All right, very good. Governor, Ambassador Nikki, thank you very much. Good luck. We'll see you on Friday.
Go to NikkiHaley.com and join us.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Meanwhile, straight ahead on this Monday.